5 ways to boost your business cash flow. Follow my video and I'll explain more. Now, our goal in life is to help as many small business owners as possible. If you're not yet subscribed, please click the subscribe link now. This will allow us to get our message out to more business owners exactly like you. Cash flow struggles, keeping you up at night, worrying how you're going to pay the bills. If you are, this video is exactly for you. Cash flow, in its most basic form, is money in and money out. And if you've got more money coming out than coming in, you are going to have a negative cash flow, which is going to put a massive pressure within your business. Now, unfortunately for small business owners, accounts are prepared on an accruals basis. That means it's done on invoice, it's done on when you're entitled to it, not when the cash receives within the bank. And for a lot of business owners, when they start off on this journey, this can be very, very confusing. So let me explain the areas that a lot of small business owners fall into traps with. So review your accounts receivable. Your accounts receivable are invoices that you've issued to your customers that are not yet paid. So the classic credit terms for accounts receivable is 30 days, but there's nothing stopping you from getting paid up front, and sometimes it may be that your customers may insist on longer, which could be 60 days. But what you want to be able to do on a weekly, monthly basis is make sure that your Xero QuickBooks is up to date so you know who's paid you, and you want to review, are people paying within their credit terms, or have you got a load of old stale debt on there? Because if you have, that money is sitting in your customer's bank account and not yours. And if you've got cash flow problems and you're struggling to pay people, one of the quick ways to solve this is to get paid quicker. And if you get paid quicker and also the debt's not really, really old and sitting there what it feels like for years, you will increase your cash flow in an absolute heartbeat. So where are you today in relation to reviewing your accounts receivable? How many of your customers have debt that's due to you that's over your credit terms? Accounts payable, and this is basically your suppliers where they will give you goods and services on credit. And while it's on credit, it's basically an interest-free loan to yourself. Now, unless you're getting really good discounts and you may get an early settlement discount, by you paying your suppliers earlier is money going out of your bank account and going into theirs. Now, if you're struggling with cash flow, please stop doing this, because the longer you leave it, you are going to have more cash flow sitting within your business than transferring it to your suppliers. And I don't know, it may even be possible, if you've got a really good supplier and they really rely on you, you may be able to actually extend the credit terms. So instead of the standard 30 days, I wonder if you could negotiate 45. And if you did negotiate 45, what impact would that have on you on your accounts payable days? And that turns into positive cash that's sitting in your bank account, stopping your cash flow problems. Review your expenses, especially your subscriptions. So if you're struggling with cash flow, this one's going to be profitability too, is there a load of stuff that you've signed up to that you're not quite using? So personally, it'll be the gym, where you've signed up in January and you've stopped going by March and you've never gone again. But what computer software did you sign up to that was really good at the day that you're not quite using now? What subscriptions have you got that are coming out of your bank monthly that you're just not using? And I'm not saying eliminate everything, because you want to keep the stuff that's really high value and giving you benefit to your business. What we're looking here is to cut waste. And most businesses that I walk into for the first time, we review their DDs and their P&L, and there's always savings. So how often do you run through your business to see how much waste of stuff that you're just not using anymore? This will have an impact on cash flow, because if you stop paying for these subscriptions that are rubbish and you're not using, that money will then stay in your bank account rather than your supplier. So study and understand your cash flow patterns. It would be amazing, wouldn't it, if your business was a nice straight algorithm. You had the same income every single month, you have the same cost every month, you have the same profit every month. Life is predictable. But it doesn't really happen that way, does it? Not even in a really predictable accountancy business like mine. You have months where they go up, you have months where they go down, you have seasonality in every single style of business. And have you really nailed that down for yours? do you really understand how your cash flow ticks? Even better, have you done a cash flow forecast that you're comparing to actual? So you can really push yourself to really get to understand where the money is within your business and your profitability to make sure it is enhanced and comparing the best that it can. So how often are you forecasting, and how often are you really getting under the bonnet to see exactly how your business ticks to enable you to have more profit and more cash flow within your business? Is your pricing correct? Now, I think this is one of the two hardest things within a small business, and it comes down to pricing. But you're either going to have a cheap and cheerful service, a middle of the road service, or a premium service. And firstly, what you need to make sure that you've got really nailed is your pricing reflects the service that you deliver. Now, what you also want to make sure as well is the negative elements of discounting as well, because discounting can have a fundamental impact on your business. Now, we study this in detail. So if you go onto our webinars, which I'll put a link down below, we have a business growth program. And we spend one session on this that looks about discounting and also the effect that this has on your gross margin. A lot of businesses that do really, really well absolutely nail their gross margin. So how much are you discounting towards your customers, and how good is your pricing that would lead into the profitability and cash flow within your business? Now, once you have nailed your pricing, you can actually see the real benefits of price increases as well. Because as a whole, a lot of price increases in service-based businesses can go straight on your bottom line. So the more that you nail your pricing and the more that you don't give in to the temptations of discounts, you will see your cash flow improve radically as well as your profitability. Now, there's nothing stopping you as well as giving discounts, but make sure you give a value exchange. So if someone goes, "Can I have a discount?" and you say, "In relation to what?" And that could be a reduction of services, which then it doesn't become a discount, but they could also give you value in a different way that comes back to you. Now, ultimately, if the value equation adds up, it's not really a discount, but make sure you are not being weak where you're just giving in to get that sale at the expense of your cash flow and the benefit that it has on your team, your investments, you and your family. Now, this is powerful areas because I know a lot of small business owners have sleepless nights when it comes around cash flow. And if I can help you in any way or answer any questions that you've got, book a call, and I'll put my link below to book via Calendly. This will allow you to book a 30-minute call. I'll take on board any questions that you have, and I promise there'll be no pushy sales pitch. And also check out our webinars as well. Our webinars, especially the business growth program, is here for small business owners like you. We cover a lot of profit drivers on how you improve your business and also spend time on cash flow as well, which if you nail these areas within your business will give you every better chance of success.